Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Janet Cresson. We have a great show lined up for you today, and right now we're starting with local news. Maybe you've heard last week that Kwik, the convenience stores, signed an agreement to purchase the 34 Wisconsin PDQ convenience stores. Joining me to tell us a little bit more about it is John McHugh. He's the Director of Public Relations with Kwik. Thanks for joining me today, John.
Thank you.
So let's get started with why did Kwik decide to sign this agreement? It's not a done deal. You haven't actually done the sale, but you've signed an agreement.
Yes, we've signed an agreement, and the hope is that by October 9th, all the employees from PDQ will ratify this decision. As you know, PDQ is an employee-owned company, so they have to say yes to this deal. It's important for us. We've always wanted to be in the Madison market, but it's so hard to find real estate to build new stores, so this opportunity to acquire PDQ is excellent for us.
And home base for Kwik is La Crosse, Wisconsin.
That's correct. Our home base is La Crosse. Matter of fact, 80% of all the products inside of a Kwik store are actually made or produced out of La Crosse. We have our own dairy, commissary, ice plant, beverage line. Almost anything you see in our stores, we actually base out of La Crosse.
Okay, and you said that you're looking for this transition to take place in October?
October 9th, hopefully everything will be signed, sealed, and delivered. Initially, we'll continue to operate those stores as PDQ stores. So after October 9th, when you come up, it'll still look like a PDQ store on the outside. On the inside, they'll have a lot more Kwik products. And then over the span of the next couple months, we'll transition those inside and outside to look like a Kwik store.
It'll be a gradual thing then.
It will.
I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what about the PDQ employees? What's going to happen with them?
We hope that as many as possible of those PDQ employees continue to join and work for us at the Kwik team. They have a reputation for excellent customer service in their brand, so we hope those coworkers come and join us. We think that's important because they have a lot of longevity, they have a lot of loyalty to their PDQ brand. We hope that transfers over to Kwik as well.
Okay. And I imagine this has got to be a big investment because it's not just buying the stores, it's doing the remodeling and maybe getting some people involved as well. How much are we talking?
That's a good question. It will cost us between $30 and $40 million to renovate all those stores and bring them up to look like Kwik inside and out. It's a big investment, but we think it's an important one here for the Madison market.
And the remodeling and making it that gradual transition, what would you guess would be the timeline for that?
Our hope is that by April 1st of 2018, all those stores will be finished and refurbished.
So it'd be from October when the sale would take place to
Exactly.
April of the following. It's pretty quick, actually.
Well, that's why we call this Kwik.
From one Kwik to another, actually, too. Let's see. Now, you've had a growth pattern. You guys have been around for 30 years, right?
Even longer than that. Actually,
Even
we
longer?
started back in 1965 in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, not in La Crosse. So we've been around more than 50 years. The last couple of years, we've been on a very aggressive growth pattern, almost 50 new stores a year. This last year, we will have completed 57 stores. So this is certainly going to be a big splash with 34 in this area.
And the grand total gets to be approximately?
Right now, we're at 570 stores. So by the time all is said and done, when we start to convert these, we'll be close to 600 stores.
Wow,
Yeah.
quite an undertaking. And there are convenience stores almost on every corner. And what's different about Kwik?
Two things. I think we're known for the quality of our customer service. Our coworkers, I think, do a nice job of taking care of our guests. Part of that because they run the operation like they own it. 40% of all the pre-tax profits come back to all of us coworkers. That's full-time, part-time, doesn't matter. The family that owns us only takes 5% of the profits. Most of it comes back to us or it's reinvested in new stores, as in the case of the $40 million here. So they run it like they own it, great customer service. And also, most of the products are made in La Crosse, so it's very fresh. We do daily delivery to every single store. So the milk that was in the belly of the cow at 4 a.m. near La Crosse, by 5 o'clock is already in the shelves for our customers. We're known for freshness.
And you're able to, you said almost everything originates in La Crosse, and you can get that to all 600 stores?
We can, yeah.
Hypothetically speaking?
Yeah, we can. Our outer radius is really 300 miles out of La Crosse. After that, we probably would have to change our model of distribution. But right now, with the 300-mile radius out of La Crosse, we can get to all those stores in one day and back and keep them stocked and supplied.
Wow, we have about 30 seconds left, John. Anything else that you want to add to this whole endeavor for Kwik?
We're very grateful to the PDQ employees for accepting us and for hopefully agreeing to this. It's a great market for us. We look for good things. We're certainly on the outskirts of Madison. Now it's going to be great to actually be inside the city itself.
All righty. Well, John, thank you for filling us in on this. Again, Kwik has signed an agreement to purchase the Wisconsin PDQ stores, and John is Director of Public Relations with Kwik. We have more Talk of the Town coming right after this break. And welcome back to Talk of the Town. Now this time of year, there's not much better than sitting lakeside with a cold drink, some good food, and some good music. I think the only thing that could make that a little bit better is put it on top of the Monona Terrace and make it free. And our next guest is doing just that. Joining me right now is Alfonso Cooper. He's president of the board for Dane Dances, Inc. Thanks for joining me today, Al.
Thank you, Janet.
So Dane Dances, you've been around a while, but this might be new for some folks. So give a little primer of what it is.
Dane Dances is a dance concert series that's designed to help bring the community together, to also help improve race relations in the community, and through music, dance, and social interaction, get people to better understand each other.
Mm-hmm. And this does take place on top of the rooftop of the Monona Terrace.
Yep, it's every Friday in August on the rooftop of Monona Terrace, starting at 5:30 and going to 9:30. It's a family-friendly, free event. So all ages, all people are welcome to come out and enjoy an joyous occasion.
And there's food and drink?
There's both food and drink and full-service bar. We have ethnic food vendors as well as Lake Vista Cafe, along with Cuco's Mexican restaurant and La Guardia Venezuelan food.
Okay.
As well as Rip Masters, so you got a whole mix of choices.
Very diverse, in fact.
Yes.
Now, this is not just for fun. There's really a mission behind this. Talk about that.
Well, the mission is through dance and music and social interaction that people would get to better understand each other and also help improve race relation. And through this interaction, people will have a greater respect for each other.
Mm-hmm. You learn that maybe we're not all so different after all.
We're not, and I have a tendency to focus on what's good about our community rather than focus on all the things that doesn't work. What is happening that are great for our citizenry and our community as a whole.
Now this is, as I mentioned, not new. How many years are you celebrating now?
Well, we're going into our 18th season.
That's amazing.
We've been around a while, but there's still a lot of people that don't know about it or haven't heard about it. So we want everybody to be at least aware of it and have a choice to come out and join us.
So it's your 18th season, and I think the Monona Terrace turns 20 this year.
Yep, they do.
Are you doing anything special for its birthday?
Well, yeah, they're one of our great partners.
Yeah.
What we do couldn't be done without the support of Monona Terrace as well as the city of Madison as well.
Okay.
So,
as we were talking about a few moments ago, this event is free. Now this is a pretty big deal with everything that's involved. How are you managing to do it for free?
Madison is one of those communities that we have great corporate support, we have great individual support, as well as different organizations help support us, and we also write grants through the arts boards and foundations to be able to support it and to be able to provide it free to the community. It's one of the great assets of Madison.
It really is, and what a great location too. So again, this event is free, and you don't even need to get tickets, even though it's free. So you just show up, right?
You just show up. You don't need a ticket. Everyone is welcome. It's one of the best events of the summer, and Madison have a lot of great events.
So let's give a shout out to how you actually pull this production together. Again, we have food, we have music, and dancing, and drinks, and that's a lot of moving parts.
It is, and Dane Dances is 100% operate on 100% volunteers, so we depend on the community. And the other unique thing about Dane Dances is a community-owned organization. No one individual or group owns Dane Dances. It belongs to you, the citizenry of our community. Anyone and everyone who gets involved in Dane Dances owns it. It's truly a community event.
And I was just going to have you speak to that we have just a little bit of time left, of the effect it's having on the community.
It's one of the most joyous occasions. We always say people come happy and they leave even happier.
I love that. Alrighty, Alfonso. Well, it sounds great. Congratulations on 18 years of this. Again, this is Al Cooper, and he's the president of the board for Dane Dances, Inc. This is every Friday night, rooftop of the Monona Terrace, and it's starting August
4th.
August 4th is the first one. Alrighty, thanks again,
Thank you,
Al.
Janet. Thanks for having
We're
me.
Talk of the Town, and we'll be right back with more.
Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Time to do a little spotlight on a local business, one that many of you may have walked by or seen. And we're going to learn a little bit more. We're talking about the soap opera over on State Street. I'm joined now by the owner, Stacy Scannell, and I'm so glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
What an exciting opportunity. I love chatting with local business owners. And now this business in particular has some great history. You've been around for 45 years.
Yeah.
And I know you couldn't possibly have been the owner for 45 years. So
Not quite.
give us just a brief history of the soap opera.
Yeah, so the soap opera has been around since 1972 on State Street. Started by Chuck and Chuck, two amazing guys. They used to be also down more towards campus near the Union, right on the lake there, and then kind of moved towards State Street again in 72. But they were all about perfumes and helping people make their own essential oil blends, hairbrushes, organic products, lotions, things like that.
Wow.
So it has this awesome history, and every day somebody comes in, I've been shopping at your store for 40 years, or I remember when I was a little girl and I used to come get little soaps with my parents and things like that. So it's been a great transition for me to come into such a really positive business.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and what a great scent this has.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very aromatic, and we're going to talk a little bit about custom scenting.
Yeah.
So something that I'm not very familiar with. So can you
Sure.
explain that to me a little bit more?
Yeah, so I brought a couple products just to help explain what we do. So we do a lot of different custom scenting. So we have all these different house products, shampoo, conditioner, organic body washes, lotions, just really great quality products that start on scent, and you can add any scent you'd like in there. So you can make your own scent with maybe 12 different perfumes oils in it, or only essential oils if you want to do that. Otherwise, we also can just do one, obviously, but we also make regular perfumes. So I brought the roller ball to show that we have different spray options for your perfumes or essential oils, as well as just regular essential oils for your diffuser, things like that.
That's
So
so
it's a lot of
nice.
fun, yeah.
Well, scents are so personal. So, I mean, everybody has their own tastes and things that they like. I love the fact that you can create your own, especially with perfume, because it even wears differently on different people.
Absolutely. We
So-
all have different body chemistry, so something that smells one way on you will smell completely different on me.
So you touched a little bit on the scenting opportunity, but there's also scenting parties.
Yeah,
That sounds
so
fun.
this is new. So we have this beautiful back courtyard area that we've had, it's always been there, but we never utilized it. And my husband and I were looking at it, and we're just thinking, why don't we bring people out here? It's so gorgeous. So we've added more seating, and what the scenting parties include are different little hors d'oeuvre options, so usually like a veggie cheese tray and some lemon water, and then we help you create your own scents. So we have all the different perfume wheels, and we explain what those mean. We have different essential oil recipes, for calming or energizing, things like that. And we just kind of figure out what you're looking for, and you can bring a party of up to 15 in. So each individual person will work one-on-one with them to see what they were looking for, what they were thinking when they booked the party, create their own scent for them. And we do that completely complimentary. We just ask that you buy your perfume at the end. So it's perfect. We've had a lot of company outings, actually. People like the Concourse Hotel brought their staff. We've done some bachelorette parties, some bridal showers, birthday parties. Perfect girls' night out, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
You can come Saturday at like 6, do that for about an hour, then go out to dinner and drinks and things like that. So.
Go out to dinner smelling fabulous.
Absolutely.
And unique. I love it. We
Yeah.
just have another minute or so before we have to go, but I was
Yeah.
looking at your website. I noticed that there's soon to be possibly an online presence that's a little different than you offer now. Will you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so we do have our website, and we have, we're on all the different social media outlets, but our website, we're kind of ramping it up a little bit just to get out there more, because our website was made in the early 90s when we first came in. So this one, we're just making it a little easier to navigate. So people don't really know that we're just a retail shop. They don't realize we have the online site, which we do. So we can always ship to you really quickly.
That's awesome. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for sharing again. This is Stacy Scannell with the Soap Opera on State Street. We've got more Talk of the Town coming up right after the break. Hello and welcome back to Talk of the Town. If you've ever considered a career in media, I think you're going to want to listen up. I am chatting with Mike Bailey, who is the campus president and academic dean of Madison Media Institute, and I'm so glad to see you today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So all kinds of things that we're going to cover, but we might need more than 5 minutes because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history of MMI,
Sure.
and I'm so excited to learn.
Yeah, I think we're coming up on 50 years in the Madison market. I'm
Wow.
not sure everyone's necessarily aware that we've been here that long. The school started in 1969 as the Trans-American School of Broadcasting, and started out teaching people to go into broadcasting, and did that for the next 20 years And in the mid-'80s, the school was purchased by the Hutchings family, Ed Hutchings and his son Chris, who ran the school. And they really took the idea of broadcasting and expanded the school into what it is now, what people kind of know it as this media school. So they went into recording for video, they went into recording for audio, graphic design, game design, all that kind of stuff. And then about 10 years ago, Chris retired and sold the school to a group in New York. And that's where we are today, which it's kind of nice. We have some sister schools, which includes Rockford Career College in Rockford. And in the past, I'd say 2 years, while we're keeping going with our core media, we're also trying to expand beyond media. We're going with a new slogan, Madison Media Institute, more than just media.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, what an evolving industry. I'm sure it's ever changing. I can only imagine there have been a plethora of programs that have been offered throughout the years
Sure.
that have come and gone as needs have changed. Talk to us about some of the programs that you have currently.
Yeah, and I think you touched on a good thing. I think the program offerings we have rotate every few years, kind of due to the needs in the marketplace. Right now, we're really focused on kind of our two core programs for media, which is recording and live sound and video production and editing. And then kind of a big new program for us has been our medical assistant program, which becomes part of our More Than Just Media.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that launched in May of 2016, and we're having a lot of success with that. In addition, we do some, we have a media business program, we have an allied health program as well.
Wow. Well, lots of things that are in demand in the area, in the community, and I'm sure there's probably a varied answers for this question, but how long are these programs?
Yeah, we have two different styles of programs. We have diploma programs and associate programs. The diploma programs last 10 months, so less than a year, and then if you want to continue and turn your diploma into an associate degree, it's another 7 months.
Okay.
So all told, you would leave with an associate degree in 18 months.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's really great, and in some really valuable careers. Now let's talk a little bit about the staff, your background specifically,
Sure.
and some of the instructors.
Sure, I mean, I came to MMI, my past is kind of the music industry and music business. I was not actually someone who was on the recording side. I was a talent scout and a marketing person for EMI Music, which was one of the 6 major labels in the world at the time. And I always interacted with different people in media, obviously video, music. And in 2009, I had the opportunity to come to MMI and kind of take what I had learned in the music business and help the school expand on some curriculum that they were doing. And then over the last few years, I guess my business background in the music industry has helped me kind of transition to more of an administrative side. So being the academic dean and eventually the campus president. But one of the great things that I feel about the school and what I love about every day coming into that school are the instructors that work there. And I think many of them have a similar path that I took, is that they were out in the world of video, they were out in the world of graphic design, they were out in the world of recording, and having very successful careers, and at some point transitioned to teaching. And I think that's a very important thing for us, is when we put someone in front of you in the classroom, you can be assured that they have a rich history working in that industry, and their experience really kind of differentiates us from a lot of other schools.
Wow, well said. I mean, that's so important to have an experienced, real-world experienced staff, and obviously you've got a very well-rounded background as well.
Yeah, and like I said, that real-world thing is something we really focus on.
I appreciate that very much, as I know folks at home do as well. Well, thank you so much, Mike, for being here today.
Sure.
Again, he's with Madison Media Institute and more, and there's lots of opportunities, so make sure you go to their website. I want to thank all of our guests for joining us today, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Talk of the Town.